All right, this is Bob Rutledge, and I'm going to do a before and after video. This being the before for one of my painting contractors. Well, I only have one painting contractor, I guess, for a painting contractor that I do the marketing for in Marietta, Atlanta, Georgia area. The name of the company's Painting Plus. I hope they don't mind me doing this, but I won't work for anybody else in the Atlanta area, so it wouldn't affect them in other towns. Okay, I'm getting ready to flip over to a new website that I've redesigned for them. It's faster. I think it'll work out better search engine optimization wise. And I've already been doing their Google My Business for a while, but there's just only so much you can do with Google My Business if you can't tie them together with the website. One of the things that I've noticed, if I can bring this over here, I'm going to make my picture smaller and put it back over here out of the way, is that when I search for a house painter in incognito in Marietta, they do not show up in the map section, but they do show up fourth one down, the top two being paid. And all the ones above them, well, not all the ones. This guy didn't even have a website. That's interesting. And of course, we have the website. Where'd it go? We have the website, but we do not have directions. So I'd like some feedback. If any of you think, I'm going to leave the comments open down here. Leave me some feedback, because Google doesn't want, if the client doesn't come to your client, if customers for your clients don't come to their place of business, if they go to them, you're not supposed to show the address. So, but I do know that the ones that have directions and addresses show up higher. I mean, you can tell by looking at it right there. I don't think it's brain surgery. For instance, you would never go, no more you would go to any of these other people than you would go to my client. He doesn't work out of his house. He actually has an office, and may have to change that to get him to rank higher in the map section. So this is incognito, and that's the way you should always check your listings out. Let's go over a few metrics here. So right now, see, when I look it up with me logged in up here, you can see that he's number one, but he's not. I don't think he would normally be. When I do a search for painting, when I look up Painting Plus, this is what their sidebar looks like, or listing in Google My Business. Another thing I'm about to do is change them from being Atlanta Painting and Renovation Company to just simply Painting Plus, and take the city location out of, I need to check that, take the city location out of the listing, because Google seems to not be real happy with stuff like that. But have it all over, the body of the text, links to it, things like that. The current website looks like this. It's a really well-made website for its time, but it was several years ago. It's a little, it's got this rotating banner at the top, which really slows down the loading of the website, and I'll show you in a moment. And, so here's the new website. I'm going to leave Marietta, Georgia there for now. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what your thinking is on having the city listed out next to the, obviously the contractor's name, the contractor's main occupation. But here's the speed test from Google. The old website was a 6 mobile and a 39 desktop. So 6 and 39. The new one, without even doing anything special, I don't have a CDN or anything like that, will come in at least 65 for mobile and 88 for desktop. And of course, that could be improved. But I also like the way the mobile lays out here, as opposed to what he did have. Let me go back to, because 60-70% of your calls are going to come from your mobile, and there's really not you can see the phone number up there, and it kind of wraps around, but it all needs to be on one line. And it really, what I do is I not only have the phone number there, but I put a button, a thumb friendly button to dial the number. So here's the current performance on Google Search Console. I'm just this video is just serving the purpose to document all this. I'm going to come back in 3 months and check it again, see if I did any good. So as you can see, 105,000 impressions in the last 107,000 last 3 months. Average position 49.2. What I am going to go for, though, if you're, most businesses are going to come up for their main company name: Painting Plus Reviews, Painters Plus, Paint Plus. Really, I want him to start coming up for, that's a given. You're going to come up for your brand name. So this is no great feat right here. And we'll notice that, 300 clicks, 1,350 impressions in a 3-month period. Now, we're going into the fall. We're in the fall. We're getting ready to go into the winter. So that, 3 months now could be early spring when I check this again, or late winter. And we'll see, what the difference is. Maybe I'll do a third video in early spring. So 3 months and 6 months out, we'll see how things are really paying off. But my goal is to have him the number one query as painters, house painters near me, commercial painters, commercial painting contractors near me, things like that, because those are discovery keywords. Those are keywords that they don't have a company in mind. When the searcher's looking, they're looking for whoever shows up at the top. If I go to their Google My Business listing and look at the queries over here, the insights. So see, you have 2 places you can go look at to see how your websites are doing. In the past month, it's showing 31 searches. Again, the number one query is Painting Plus. If I change it to quarter, 450. So that would be more comparable to what was back there a minute ago. Now you can see that he is getting some good results here with painters near me. This doesn't necessarily, it says the most popular queries for your business by unique users. That's about as good as you can get, I guess. But I want to have painters near me. I want to have house painters near me, painting companies near me. Those things, I want them listed at the top. I want them to exceed the Painting Plus 450. Does that make sense? Scroll on down here again. You've got how customers search for your business. You've got direct, using the name of his business, discovery keywords, searching for product category, branded. There's not too much branded we are doing right now. There are things like brands that he uses, like Sherwin-Williams, and the types of windows. He installs GAF roofing, but see, that's not going to play under the. I'll have to look up some brand. Maybe again, put some keywords down there. And if you've had some results with a painting contractor, put some keyword suggestions for branding. I would appreciate that. Here's where I think it's graphically going to really show off in about 3 months. You'll notice now he's getting the top graph is listings on search versus listings on maps. I want to flip this. I could care less about showing up in the search engines. I want to flip the number too. Showing up in the search engine 2,000 times, I'd rather show up on the maps 2,000 times. So, does that make sense? So this graph here will soon start to mirror this graph if I've figured out how to do this right. Again, I think one of the keys is going to be tying the website and the Google My Business page directly together. Is going to allow a little better feedback loop for Google to know who we are, what we are, and where we do it at. And the other thing is drop the Atlanta out of the title and go with Marietta instead, because that's actually the physical location of the contractor. And for better or for worse, that's just what even if you're a contractor that services a large metropolitan Atlanta area, Google My Business is still going to go by the predominantly physical location and the proximity of the searcher to that physical location. So proximity is about everything. Again, I want to make this graph flipped. I want this red line to be up just as high as or higher than that line. So that's my goal. Again, let me document a few more things here by quarter. Visits to the website. We'll see what that's going to be in the next quarter. We have that number there, and photos. Let's look at, so by month, you're talking that number there, and then by quarter, you're talking 80,000. Okay. All right, we'll just see how that plays out. We need to get more customer photos. That's a great indicator for any contractor. You start getting, it's one thing for you to post pictures, get your customers to do the posting under their Gmail account name. Okay, I think that's about it. I think I've rambled on long enough. Also, let's see what we've got for reviews at this point in time. They've actually been making some strides to get a few more reviews. Got a bad one a week ago. But in general, they get 5-star reviews. I mean, really good. This is a good company. I have to check out what made the other guy mad. But it's okay. You can't please everybody no matter how much you try. And so therefore, you better have a lot of good reviews. I'm skeptical of people that have nothing but 5-star reviews. I don't believe it. On the other hand, I think that a lot of people either only give a 5 or only give a 1, whereas to me, good service is a 3-star review, and that should be a good review. A very good service would be a 4, and exceptional beyond anybody else in town should be a 5. So there, I think this whole 5-star thing's screwed up to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. All right. I hope this was informative. Comments are open. Be sure and leave some, and we will check back in a couple of months and see how this worked out.